Welcome to our buzzing campus, where every step is a new adventure. Today, we're delving into a fascinating world that's all about making our campus commute smoother than ever before. And guess what? We're talking about something super exciting, simulation modeling, a key part of the soft system methodology. That will solve the problem about campus mobility from dormitory to our campus. Happy watching!
Hello everyone, we are Group 4 and today we will learn something new that will help us to solve a complicated problem with something called subsystem methodology. In today's discussion, we will learn how to solve problems that exist in our beloved campus entitled Subsystem Methodology on Bus Transportation as Campus Mobility. Like I've mentioned before, subsystem methodology is a technique to solve complex problems. In simple terms, it's like looking into the future to see how we can improve and try different ideas to see which one works best to make our bus transportation efficient and waiting time shorter. In general, there are 7 stages in the subsystem methodology that will be elaborated later. The first stage is summary of problem situation, where we found out the summary of our problem and the element, and then second, identification of alternative potential views using rich picture diagram. Next is formulating the root definition using gateway. Fourth, making the conceptual system model. Fifth, comparing the conceptual and real-life world. Sixth, debate. And the last is taking action to implement the proposed solution. Okay, let's jump to the first stage where we need to figure out what is the problem in our system. In our beloved campus, we found out that bus mobility from dormitory to campus is facing some challenges like late buses, overcrowding, discomfort, and many more. These challenges lead the students to rely on private vehicles. Thus, improving the system to solve these issues is needed. Okay, next, we need to determine the stakeholders of the problem. First, the problem owner is president university management that can make decision. Next, problem user is general affair who will implement the decision made by the problem owner. Then, the problem customer is students or staff who use bus campus to move between campus and also dormitory. Last, the problem solver is consultant or ourselves as the writer provide an analysis for this problem.
So the next one is by identification of alternative potential views or themes of the problem, and this is the stage 2. Here, basically, there are two. The first one is wider system, and the second one is narrow system. In wider system is talking about transportation system in President University, while in narrow system is talking about bus transportation system between campus and dormitory in President University. As we can see in the left one is about the rich picture diagram in wider system. Since the rich picture diagram needs to capture a bigger picture, as we can see there, shows the water transportation system in President University. Based on the rich picture diagram, the problem formulation in efficient from the student point of view, including bus departure and arrival delays, long lines or overcrowding, and the bus not following the pickup schedule, given to the student lead dissatisfaction and impacting the student's ability to move between campus and dorm effectively. However, by using the bus provided by the campus, students are able to save costs for transportation and reduce pollution compared to personal vehicles. Furthermore, the bus did not provide a wider option of destinations such as to the engineering lab. And then the narrow system delves deeper into the problem of the bus transportation system. The problem lies in the number of students increasing yearly, yet the number of buses has only two. While on the point of view general affairs, increasing the number of buses leads to campus spending more cost and human resources. Then this is the causal loop diagram. So President University's management is considering increasing bus availability, but is cautious due to cost concern. They aim to balance student satisfaction with financial prudence and are examining cost effectiveness to guide their decision.
Okay, next is stage 3, where in here we define the root definition based on stage 1 and also stage 2. As stated before, the operational efficiency and service quality will affect the student satisfaction towards the bus campus. Thus, the first root definition is to make improvement in the President University transportation bus system by enhancing the operational efficiency and service quality in order to increase student satisfaction. Where the customer is student who use the bus campus, the actors are general affairs, and then the transformation is improvement of operational efficiency and service quality. And for workview, to ensure students have access to a transportation system that is punctual, reliable, and convenient, and also facilitating their mobility to and from the university. While the owner is President University Management, and last, environment constraint is budget limitation, existing infrastructure, and regulatory requirements. Okay, for the second root definition, the root definition is increased bus availability on the campus by convincing general affairs and finance in order to acquire operational efficiency, where the customer is students, actor are general affairs, transformation is evaluating the cost implication of proposed improvement and prioritize initiatives that offer the most significant impact on student satisfaction while balancing budget constraints. And worldview is ensuring that improvements to the transportation system are cost effective, reduce students' waiting time, and sustainable in the long term, while minimizing financial burden on the university and students. And the owner is the actors and university administration that responsible for allocating resources and managing the budget for transportation system improvement. And the last for environmental constraint is limited budget, competing priorities for resource allocation, and regulatory requirements for financial management.
My name is Karen Cornelia, and I will be explaining the fourth step, or the conceptual model for each root definition. So here on the left side, you can see the first root definition, and it presents a comprehensive framework for enhancing the transportation system at present university with the ultimate goal of improving student satisfaction. It begins by identifying the pressing need to increase the number of buses, a decision directly influenced by issues such as overcrowding and capacity constraint within the existing transportation infrastructure. Following the decision to add buses, the model emphasizes the importance of conducting a thorough evaluation of various components within the system, including schedules, bus routes, maintenance protocols, and driver regulations. Through this, stakeholders can gain valuable insights into existing weaknesses and areas for improvement. Based on the findings of the evaluation, the model suggests implementing strategic changes to optimize the transportation system. This includes adjustment to schedules and routes designed to better align with students' needs and preferences. Moreover, ensuring compliance with the new regulations by bus drivers is essential for maintaining consistency and reliability. As this improvement take effect, the model predicts a reduction in waiting times, overcrowding, and operational inefficiencies, leading to a smoother and more satisfactory transportation experience for students. Now on the right side, you can see the second root definition, and it outlines a structured approach to address the need of increased buses by the allocation of budgetary resources. So it begins by acknowledging the importance of student feedback in shaping the proposal for additional buses, highlighting a student-centered approach to transportation planning. Once the proposal is formulated, it undergoes a series of evaluations and approvals involving various departments within the university. The General Affairs Department serves as a crucial intermediary between student representatives and university management. Upon the approval from university management, the proposal progresses to the Finance Department for budgetary considerations. This includes estimating the costs associated with purchasing and maintaining new buses, as well as identifying potential sources of funding. Once budget approval is secured, the university proceeds with the integration of new buses into the transportation fleet, while closely monitoring their performance.
The next one is compare conceptual model in 4 with real world action as in 1 and 2, and this is stage 5. So, in stage 5 of our study, we compare the concept model developed in stage 4 with real world situation to validate the purpose solution and identify any challenges or discrepancies that may arise during implementation. This stage aim to answer the practical feasibility and effectiveness of purpose solution in addressing the transport issues at President University. So in the left one is the real world action and the right one is conceptual model. So this is for comparing models with real world solution. There are four. Basically, the first one evaluate proposed challenges like number of bus and adjusting schedules. And the assessed factors are infrastructure capacity, research availability, and logical constraint to determine feasibility of proposed solution. And then the second one is potential challenges and discrepancies. And here is about budget constraint and logistical challenges. And then the third one is validate assumptions made in the conceptual models and assess the feasibility of proposed solutions that are adjusted. And then the fourth one is identify alternate approach to address identified challenges and optimizing proposed solution.
My name is Marcia, and now I will continue the presentation for the next stage, which is stage 6, which is debate possible changes which are both systemically desirable and culturally feasible. The first part, we will get into the culturally feasible one. The first point is that, as we know that President University students and staff came from diverse background, that we have various religions, and we know that religions have certain prayer times. So, for the bus transportation, the bus schedules should accommodate prayer times of various religions so that it doesn't disturb those who are praying. And then the second one, as we know that President University is an international based campus, we're using English as their main language, but we are also a university that is located in Indonesia. Hence, the accessibility of language must consist of two languages, which is Bahasa Indonesia and English, to ensure accessibility for students and staff with linguistic backgrounds. And then the third point is that we need to ensure that bus is accessible for all people, including us and those who have disabilities or special needs. And then the second part is systemically desirable. There are several points, but first one we will get into the system analysis. And then the first point of the system analysis is to review the university's internal policies regarding bus transportation management, including the scheduling, routes, and fleet maintenance. And then we have the second point, which is evaluate the alignment of internal policies with the needs and preferences of transportation service users. And then we have the last point, which is by doing an analysis when we have the peak hours and also high demand areas. And by this data, we will have a more efficient system because it is more reliable within the constraint of university's budget and also cultural norms. Continuing the systemically desirable part, we have the second point, which is regulatory compliance. It means that we must ensure that bus operations comply with traffic regulations and vehicle safety standards. And then the third point, we have planning and budget management. There are two things here, which is the first one, review the management of plans and budget related to the procurement, maintenance, and operations of the bus fleet. And then the second thing is evaluate the alignment of budget allocations with the actual need of the transportation system and identify areas where resource allocation can be improved. The last but not least is resource utilization. We must evaluate the utilization of human and physical resources involved in the operation and maintenance of the bus fleet, including the number of drivers and maintenance facilities.
Okay, now let's move to the last stage, which is stage 7. In stage 7, we will take action to implement the solution that has been proposed on the previous stage. Here are the implementation of system methodology. Number 1 is resource availability evaluation. Is assessing resources like staff and fuel for adding buses. And number 2 is capacity and demand analysis. Is looking into the bus capacity and user needs. And number three is bus fleet enhancement is getting a new bus and suggested. And for the number 4 is route and schedule optimization. Is adjusting routes and schedules for efficiency. Next, please. And for the number five is facility improvements, is repairing bus stops and improving bus amenities. And the number six is driver training and supervision, is training drivers on punctuality and safety. The number seven is collaboration with stakeholders, is collaborating with local stakeholders. And for the number eight is continuous evaluation and improvement, is regularly review and enhance the system. And for the last number is communication and education, is informing user about changes and encouraging involvement. Thank you.
So that's all from us. Thank you and bye bye.